Hi, we'd like to thank you for tuning into the World Boxing Review radio show. My name is Aaron Snow. They call me the Hall of Fame trainer of champions as we travel the world for past, present, and future stars. And coming to you live from Tampa, Florida. Hey, look, there's a great fight going on down in Atlantic City tonight. And boy, Eddie Hearns has done a great job with Matchroom Boxing to take Boots Ennis to defend his IBF championship for the third time against a two-time defending champion of the WBA welterweight championship with Stannis. Boy, this is going to be a great matchup at the Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey. And it's going to be live on the zone, man. Let me tell you what, man. I can remember back in the days when I was training Mike Tyson at the Boardwalk Hall when he defended his title, undisputed heavyweight title against Carl the Truth Williams when he stopped Carl the Truth Williams with a explosive left hook counter punch in the second round there. Those days I can remember vividly with it jam packed up to the ceiling, and I think Boots Ennis in this fight for the boxing fans, they're going to enjoy. It's going to be a dynamite fight. Stannis is a former Olympian, 2016, from his country. And with Boots Ennis, he packed them in Philadelphia in that arena there. And I think tonight down in Atlantic City. I'm telling you, New York, Connecticut, Philadelphia, boxing fans, this is a real treat, man. Get on down there to AC tonight. You're going to be witnessing something great that Eddie Hearns has put on with Boots Anderson, Stannis. Boy, let me tell you what, man. When you have two undefeated fighters going against each other like this, and styles make fights. And these two styles are great matchup. And with Boots Ennis at 27 years old, in the prime of his career, at 33 and 0 with 29 knockouts, he weighed in at 146 and a half pounds. With Stannis 15 and 0, 9 KOs. He weighed in at 146 and three-fourths of a pound. Boy, both of them made the weight under. And it looks like, man, this is brewing to be a dynamite fight with the WBA and the IBF championship and fighting for the vacant ring title. Man, a guy will have two belts, not all the belts, but he will have two belts. The winner will, and they will be crowned as the ring champion too, boys. So this makes for a great night of boxing down in Atlantic City, with all of those great things that go on at Boardwalk Hall, man. Back in the day, boy, the fights, boy, with Mike Tyson. Also, Julian Jackson. When Julian Jackson, I trained Julian Jackson on Wide World of Sports when Julian Jackson stopped Terry Norris. I knocked him out. And I just have so many great memories of so many great fights that I happen to be a part of that Don King put on back in the day, man. Massive sellouts with people crowding the boardwalk and can't wait, man. The excitement's in the air. People talking about the event. You go in, or to get your hoagie sandwich, and things like this. A slice of New York pizza down there on the boardwalk. Everybody's talking about the fight, and that's the way what's going on down there now. Everybody's talking about this fight tonight with Boots Sanders to see if he can capture another belt, keep moving on for his quest for being pound for pound the best. And let me tell you, Eddie Hearns has done a great job matching both of these guys and taking both of these guys with their career and give them the opportunity. Those who never take the risk to fail greatly, never achieve greatly, and these guys are taking the risk to seek the reward, to try to be pound for pound best. Man, when you're in that welterweight division, which is a tough division, there's so many great fighters, great names in that division. And when you can stand as undisputed champion or have most of the belts, boy, you're a premier champion in boxing. This is what boots Ennis. And people, the conversation is about, you know, uh, Ennis' last win. It wasn't explosive, exciting. But let me tell you, man, when you're defending that title, man, a win is a win is a win is a win, and to keep moving you on. Sometimes your performance ain't top A grade like everybody expect, but it's a grade, and it may be a B minus or a C plus, but he won the fight, and by winning, it sets him up for this fight where he can have the opportunity to show his will and his skill against another champion who's undefeated, and that's what makes this fight so dynamite. And if he's going to take on some of the big names in the other division, like Terrence Crawford, who he's calling out. They're trying to get Terrence Crawford, while Terrence Crawford's calling out Canelo Alvarez. These pound for pound fighters are biting at the bit. So, he first has to take care of this business tonight. If not, Stannis, he moves on to see if he can become pound for pound best, because he's undefeated with 15 fights and 9 knockouts, and he's biting at the bit. But I'm looking for just a dynamite fight tonight on the zone, and it starts at 8 o'clock, man. Or just, man, if you're in Philadelphia, New York, Connecticut, head on down there tonight, man. Yeah, it's going to be, you're going to get your money's worth, what you pay for. This is the dynamite matchup in my viewpoint. That's why we're covering it. We think it's just a great card that Eddie Hearns has put together. And a lot of local fighters, Eddie Hearn pull from the local community to give Atlantic City fighters an opportunity to fight on a big major card like that. Eddie Hearns, man, hats off to you for doing things like that. And up the road in Camden, New Jersey, they pull from the talent pool right across the bridge from Philadelphia and Camden. So you got some Camden fighters, Atlantic City fighters there fighting. So that should bring people down, man, to see the opportunity to see these young men fight as they get the opportunity to fight on a big card like that. Congratulations, Eddie Hearns, on a job well done in your promotions, to do such a thing, to look for, give local talent as you put on a great dynamite card. And I think you've been doing a great job from my viewpoint on the things that you're doing to help greatness as you pursue for these fighters greatness. And I think this is an opportunity for both of them to knock on the door to look for that greatness. So going down there tonight, Atlantic City Boardwalk Hall. So we're going to take it from Atlantic City and bring it down here to Florida. There's some fights going on down here in Florida too, at the Seminole Hard Rock and Casino. The promoter is the Heavyweight Factory, and that fight will be at the Hard Rock Casino in Hollywood, Florida. So you get a chance, check that out if you're in Florida. That should be good. But the legendary world greatest promoter, Don King, is pursuing to put on a major card in South Florida or Florida, what he announced. It looks like it's going to be a WBC Cruiserweight Diamond Belt Championship
that he's going to put on, and a fine undercard. He announced that Blair the Cobb, who's 17-1-1 with 10 knockouts, will also be on this card, and look for further things to be announced as he's putting together a fine championship card. One thing about Don King, he always stacks his cards with talent and championship bouts. So I don't think that this is going to be nothing but exciting and giving our men opportunities to fight for championship and pursue this greatness. For someone at his age, at 93 in August, he'll be 94, to still biting at the bit to give young men the opportunities to dare to be great, and all the great fights that he's put on for decades, and onward and forward at this age to still have the energy and mindset in order to keep putting on great fights. I think it's just an added plus and a credit to Don King and his worth ethic at 94 years old to be doing that. So we can't wait to further announcement on that. So stay tuned for that. But as we look at amateur boxing for the Olympics has announced that boxing is going to be a part of the Olympics in 2028 in LA, and they're going to have seven weight classes in boxing that they're going to do. Not all the weight classes that they normally have for men and women are going to be a part of this Olympics in 2028. So in the men's division, it's going to be the bantamweight, lightweight, welterweight, light middleweight, light heavyweight, heavyweight, and super heavyweight division. This is for the men's for the Olympics in 2028. So the divisions for the women is going to be flyweight, bantamweight, featherweight, lightweight, welterweight, light middleweight, and middleweight division. So that's going to be exciting. Seven divisions. You know, at one time they were talking about not even having boxing a part of the Olympics in 2028. But boxing has a great history with amateur boxing in the Olympic, and it goes way past the Roman and Greek Empire. Boxing does of being in the Olympics. So man, just that alone, but it's way back further than that. I just mentioned that to give you some type of distance of the part of history that Olympic boxing has always been a part of the Olympics, and I think the Olympic committees heard the people's cry. VICTORY, victory, victory. That's our cry. Don't drop boxing, because boxing means so much to so many people all over the world, for amateur guys trying to prove that they're the best in the world. And I'm glad that they've seen it the people's way, and they're going to have it in the 2028 Olympics. So seven divisions for the men and the women. So we just announced that, what they came out with. But as we're looking at amateur stuff, Steve Canton, who's president of the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame, he had put together a documentary film about his gym, SJC Gym in Fort Myers, Florida. They have won many awards for this film called Worth the Fight. And boy, is it worth the fight. They took to a premiere of this film, which is award-winning film. They're showcasing it in New York at the East Village Theater in East Village, a premiere. Pinklin Thomas, who's in Worth the Fight documentary, speaking about his experience and things with that. Steve Canton's in it. Many other young men that have trained there in the gym and are part of the film, in the proceeds, in the winning of showcasing this as they travel around to these film festivals and showcasing it like this in the theater. The money that is collected goes back into the programs that SJC Gym has. And also, they have the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame inside the gym. So those proceeds help that gym keep going on, which has a record as one of the longest gyms to be open. So that it is worth the fight, as Steve Canton all the time says. It's worth the fight, Aaron, to keep this legacy alive. And believe you me, it is worth the fight. All the great things that Steve Canton and SJC boxing gym in Fort Myers, Florida, continually to do for young men and young women. Today's nobodies are tomorrow's somebody, and they're producing a lot of somebodies. And it ain't always about guys winning championship. It builds character. The gym, as it says in the documentary, how it changes so many people's lives as young men that may have been troubled on the street, come into the gym. The gym's something where they could meet people and be mentored how to have a positive role model in their life. And this gym has done it for a long, long time. And many gyms across the world and throughout our great nation do this for young men, young women at alarming rate all the time. And boxing never hardly gets the credit uh, how they help so many people through difficult times in their life when they're young, troubled, and how it changes them. Whether they pursue boxing as a career, they may pursue boxing uh, uh, and it took them to different avenues of life, the doctors, lawyers, and Indian cheese. You know, it changes people's lives, and it gives them the courage to stand up and say, yes, I can. And when sometimes life's kicking you in the butt and telling you, no, I can't, boxing tells you, yes, you can. It gives you the strength and the fortitude where you can keep pushing on and moving on. And this film, Worth the Fight, what a great name for a film, is worth all of that. And for the SJC boxing gym in Fort Myers, Florida, with Steve Canton and Pinklin Thomas, a former WBC heavyweight championship, man. Great job, y'all. Keep up the good work, man. And if you can, send them a donation, man. You know, look them up on or Google the name, and they're a 501c, man. Give them a donation, man. Send them some money, man. It is worth the fight, and keep up the great work that you're doing, Steve Canton, Pinklin Thomas, man. We love you. Keep up that great work. But let's move back. Some announcement has been made. It looks like the bronze bomber, Dante Wilder, is going to climb back in the ring on June 27th in Kansas City, Kansas. So Dante Wilder, former WBC heavyweight champion of the world, it looks like he's climbing back in there to see if he can make that quest to be a two-time heavyweight champion of the world. His record is is phenomenal. 43-4-1 with 42 knockouts, man. Isn't that something? What a record on paper, man. It's just phenomenal that his record with 42 knockouts, you know, with that amount of fights, man. His knockout ratio is very, very high. And that is Dante Wilder that we're talking about. So yeah, man. Like we said, we're talking about earlier, if you can. Tonight, tune into DAZN. The fights start at 8 p.m. on DAZN. Ennis and Stannis, they're fighting for the WBA and IBF and the vacant ring title welterweight championship down at Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City. And that's going to be a dynamite fight. Both of them are biting at the bit for greatness. And tune in to that to witness all of that. So as we talk about Atlantic City, we're going to take you right out to California now. The National Boxing Hall of Fame on April 27th at Quiet Canyon in Montebello, California. They're going to have their induction ceremonies. Who's leading the class of 2025 for the National Boxing Hall of Fame with Bill Dempsey and Linda Dempsey Young, who are president. Larry Holmes is heading that class, man. When of class of 2025, man, it's going to be great. And it starts at 11 to 4, man. If you ain't never been there, you got to go there. It's right there on the beautiful golf course in Montebello, California, man. Right there in the Crystal Ball area of the country club for the golf course, man. It's just a beautiful thing. And I had the pleasure to be inducted into that. And boy, what a class that I went in with when I was inducted into that class, the National Boxing Hall of Fame, with Muhammad Ali and Boudini Brown, people that I had got my start in boxing with, and Eddie Mustafa Muhammad, who I was one of the first fighters I trained who was champion. Eddie Mustafa, I went in with him, and boy, the list is just phenomenal of that class of 2017. Man, it's a pleasure. In this class that's going on, it's a well balanced class with a lot of Mexicans, champions like Salvador Sanchez. He's going in that class. Lopez, a great champion in the lighter weights, man. And with Larry Holmes leading that class, and the Weaver brothers are also going in there. So, man, get out there. It's always back, but you gotta hurry up and get your tickets because that room's normally packed there. So I'm saying get online and get your tickets for that. And also, coming down the stretch here, it looks like three weeks away. The Indiana Boxing Hall of Fame, Craig Hawk as president at the Hilton Garden Inn Hotel in Indianapolis, Indiana, at the airport, May 2nd and May 3rd of 2025. Craig Hawk bringing in the class of 2025 with Ray Mercer going in, a former gold medal Olympic winner, a former heavyweight champion of the world, and also James Lights Out Tony, man. All of them championships that James Tony won, he's going to be inducted. Man, that list is long, fine, but distinguished. And like I said again, May 2nd, May 3rd, and it's $150 for the that Friday and Saturday the induction ceremony, which it is a bad ticket. It's a sit-down buffet meal, and I mean the food is great and exciting. The atmosphere is, and also you have Daryl Peoples, who's president of the IBF, which is the International Boxing Federation. He's being inducted for all this great work that he has done for the IBF. He's been with the IBF a long time, and he continues to take that organization and make it great. And I'm happy for Daryl People who's going in. Again, May 2nd through the 3rd. Tickets are $150 for the weekend. And get you a good old fashioned t shirt with everybody's name, Indiana Boxing Hall of Fame. And it looks like they changed their colors for this year to the black. It's going to be red, the t shirt, which makes it absolutely a collector's item.
And also Gilberto Mendoza Jr. His father went in last year, who was Gilberto Mendoza Sr., was president of the WBA. Junior now, he's president of the WBA, World Boxing Association. He's going to be going on in to the Indiana Boxing Hall of Fame, man. And I want to say hats off to those guys, and also Freddie Ladd, Nate Jones. Those two guys I had the pleasure to train when they were fighting. Nate Jones being the 1992 bronze medal Olympic winner, a 1996 bronze medal Olympic winner, I'm sorry. And also, he won the NABO heavyweight championship of the world. Nate did. And Freddie Ladd, a USBA welterweight champion who beat Darrell Tyson and them. He's going in to the Indiana Boxing Hall of Fame. And then later on this year, up in Rochester, he'll be going into that. So that's fastly approaching us, those Hall of Fame. But, you know, as we move in, you know, soon, right around the corner, the International Boxing Hall of Fame up there in Canastota, from the 5th through the 8th. What a class they got. And a crowd, man, does he bring a Manny Pacquiao from the Philippines. He's leading the class with Michael second to none. Also is going in with Vinny Pazienza. Michael Nunn, who I had the pleasure of training when he was champion. I'm happy and congratulations to you, Michael Nunn, for your accomplishments to get into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. And boy, that crowd that's going in is going to be jam packed up there too. So if you want to attend those ceremonies, it's going to be jam packed. That all the great champions that come and all the former great champions that are going to be there to those type of events. So that is June 5th through the 8th, class of 2025 for the International Boxing Hall of Fame. The director of that is Ed Brophy. Ed Brophy, man, you do it. I don't know how you do it, but you keep putting these great classes together. And boy, that hall up there at the casino with all those seats in there, it's jam packed, man, and the stage is always set beautiful. So, hey, Ed, keep up the good work and congratulations on that. And we'll take you to the Rochester Boxing Hall of Fame, which is going to be September 20th. So that it may sound like a long time away, but the way time is moving, it ain't too far away. And like we said, Michael Nunn going international in June. He's also Rochester Boxing Hall of Fame. Larry Lazardi, he and Mark, who's vice president, Michael Nunn, Henry Tillman, and Freddie Ladd. He's going in there. That's going to be September 20th, 25 at the Brooks Inn in Rochester, New York. Man, time's moving on. But people are getting their dues for the great work that they do, and I'm happy to see that these boxing Hall of Fame continue their great work, to see that people are recognized for their great contributions that they do or they have done for boxing. So, man, the list is long, fine, but distinguished. And we just want to say, man, hats off to all of you, man. And as we close, we just want to ask you to keep tuning in to the World Boxing Review radio show and World Boxing Review, as every day we post up about boxing to keep the fans involved and keep them informed as the news changes constantly in boxing. But we try to bring you the premier news with the World Boxing Review, what's going on around the world. Hey, look, thank you for tuning in.
My name is Aaron Snow. They call me the Hall of Fame trainer of champions as we travel the world for past, present, and future stars.